As a design thinker, one of the key discovery skills that you really need to develop is the ability to interview people well. Because interviewing is where you can open up the problem space to find out what's making the situation tick and what's motivating people to do what they do and what they find really important, so that you can create a solution that creates value for whoever's involved. So, when you are designing an interview situation, I thought it might be useful to have a couple of backup questions or core questions that you can structure your interview plan around. Now, when you start with interviewing, it's obviously important that when you go into that space, you do it with a designer's mindset, which we've discussed elsewhere. It's important that you show up as a human, for example, and that you show up incredibly curious and without a shred of judgment. Because the second somebody senses judgment, they close down. So you want them open. And it's really important that you listen, that you be intuitive, and that you be completely, truly present, which is really hard when you are trying to keep a catalog of questions in your head as you go through. So you have to prepare really well beforehand so that you can, put your preparation aside and then be truly there for the person and really listen to them. So when you're preparing, make sure that you know what basic areas you want to cover and give yourself a handful of key questions that you can refer back to, but that you don't have to necessarily follow all the way through in order to get the outcomes that you want and to get them to open up. The temptation, if you're not doing this well or if you aren't comfortable in this space, is to come up with a catalog of questions, as it were. But if you go through that and what you're going for is thoroughness or exhaustiveness in information, what you do is exhaust the interviewee instead, and they lose the will to live and you don't get anything useful. So a handful of questions is all you really need. And you need questions that are open, that really open up the space and that cause the person to think, to reflect, to consider, and preferably to tell you some stories, because stories are specific and they're personal, and you'll get a lot more juice out of those than you will by asking for facts or processes. So, what are a couple of the fallback questions that I always use? I have about 7 of them. The first is something around the nature of what do you want to achieve, or what's your ideal outcome? Secondly, ask, why does it matter? Or why does this matter to you? What's important about this? What will this let you do? Thirdly, ask, where's it already working? Where do you see it working already? And you're looking for either in the past, where it's happened before, where is it happening now, or where is it happening somewhere else? And likewise, where is it not happening? Then from both of those you can get, and what have you learned from all of this? What are your key learnings in this space? A really juicy one when you feel you've got some rapport is to say, and how do you feel about that? Or how does this make you feel? And finally, the magic question that you can ask at the end of an interview that I am always surprised by the effectiveness of this is there anything that I haven't asked you that you think is really important? Or is there anything I haven't asked you that you'd really like to share? And I'm really surprised, constantly surprised by what comes out, because, we go in and often we don't know what we don't know, so we don't know what to ask for. But this, if you've created some rapport through the interview, allows somebody to contribute something that you won't have thought of, that can often blow the space right apart and give you the insights that you've been looking for the whole way along. So, interviewing, incredibly critical to opening up the discovery space, to figuring out what's really important, to find the insights that are going to drive how you frame the problem and the solutions that you come up with that will connect you with the people and allow you to have real empathy for the people who are involved. And just practice. It can take some time to do this really well. So allow yourself to be fascinated. Allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to be you and have fun with it. And if you'd like to explore the world of design thinking and wicked problems even further and have some more tips, tricks, or suggestions as to places to explore, then please go to my website, mofox.com, and download my free ebook, Stick It, Mo's Pros Guides to Getting More Out of Classic Design Thinking Tools, or sign up for my newsletter. I put videos like this out every couple of weeks, or just follow me on LinkedIn. Look forward to seeing you soon.